Alright, so you're going to use this video quite a bit for this lesson because it's going to show you exactly what to do to meet standard. What we're going to do is really briefly learn about how to make a PowerPoint using Word Online, how to make the basics of a PowerPoint look good, and then how to share that PowerPoint. So what you need to do is you're going to end up making a PowerPoint that has at least 3 slides. You're going to change the design of your PowerPoint, but you're not going to mess with it too much. You're going to add some text in the text box to each slide. What your PowerPoint is about, I don't care. And if you need an idea of something for it to be about, come talk to me. I'll help you figure that out. You're going to need to at least add one image to your PowerPoint and resize it by dragging from the corners so it doesn't look all weird. I'll show you how to do that. And then on one slide, you're going to make a bulleted list of words in the text box. You're going to animate these so they come up one at a time when you present the PowerPoint. I'm going to teach you how to do all 3 of these things. Let's start with making a new PowerPoint. So we're going to go to our OneDrive by logging into Office 365, and you're going to click New PowerPoint. And when that opens up, you're going to be in PowerPoint Online. Click at the top where it says Presentation and call it FPT PowerPoint. That way you always give your files a good name. So we're going to create new slides first. So what we do to create a new slide is either click the New Slide button right here, and it's going to ask what kind of slide, like what layout do you want. Usually title and content is the most common, so you click Add Slide. Or you can right-click down here below your last slide or in between 2 slides and hit New Slide, and a new slide pops up. Okay, so we've got our 3 slides. The next thing you need to do is change the design of the PowerPoint. Here's how you do that. You're going to click Design, and you're just going to pick one of these designs. Now, one concept that we're going to talk about is, in this class, the teeny tiny triangle. Whenever you see a teeny tiny triangle like this one my mouse is over, you know that you get access to more options. More options are good because it gives you more control. Click this teeny tiny triangle, and these are other themes you can choose from. Pick one of these themes. In general, when you make a PowerPoint, don't mess with too much. The company Microsoft that makes PowerPoint paid someone a lot of money to figure out what looks good together. So for tons of people, they'll go, oh, but I love purple. I want a purple text. Like, purple doesn't belong in this slide. It doesn't look good with it. Leave the colors alone unless you yourself are 100% sure it has to be a certain way. But otherwise, just leave the colors alone. You can modify your PowerPoint by over here, if you click the teeny tiny triangle, sometimes there's more options, but you can kind of change the colors just a little bit, and it'll change the color scheme while keeping the design the same. So feel free to customize your PowerPoint, but don't mess with it too much. The next thing you're going to do is add some text to the text box to each slide. So I'm going to make this PowerPoint about me, a dude. And when I click to the next one, up top here in this text box, you usually want to add like the big idea that this slide is going to be about. Because PowerPoint is designed to help you present things to people and help people follow along with your ideas. The idea behind a PowerPoint is you control people's minds. You control what they're thinking about, because when you show it on the screen and you talk to people, they're thinking about whatever it is you put on your PowerPoint, and you control what they're thinking about. So I'm going to, up here on this top part, we usually add like the category of idea. I'm going to add like hobbies, like things I like to do. And then down here for number 3, maybe my other category will be like family, and I'll talk about my wife and daughter. So if I click hobbies, now here I got to add a little bit of text. I'm going to put kiteboarding, and I'm going to put mountain biking. And then over here under family, I'm going to add some details. Down here in this box is where you add details. So I'm going to add my wife, Casey, my daughter, Eloise. So I've added some text in the text box to each slide. Now I got to put one image in my PowerPoint, and I need to resize it by dragging from the corners so it doesn't end up looking funny. So I'm going to go back here to number 2 for my hobbies, and I'm going to add a picture of one of these things. Here's how we do it. We go to the Insert tab. And you can choose. You have two choices for pictures. Picture is from where you've downloaded a picture from the internet. It's saved in your computer and you want to add it. Like I click Picture, and then I can go through and find a picture that's somewhere saved on my computer. And I just got to navigate over here. Or you could do Online Picture. If you click Online Picture, I'm going to type mountain bike and tap the Enter key to search. These are mountain bike pictures. Now the first images that come up, these are images that are not copyrighted. Anybody's free to use them. If you want to try to make money opening a mountain bike business, you could use this picture. However, when you click Show All Web Results, what you'll find are way cooler pictures. However, these pictures are copyrighted. That means you can't make money off of them and you can't claim that they're your own work. But when you're just making a PowerPoint, like for school or something like that, it's totally okay to use these images. So you select the image you want and you click Insert, and then in just a second it'll put that image in. Now if I want to resize this image, a lot of times people drag from the sides like this. Now my image looks horrible. Don't drag from the sides, you just ruined your picture. I'm going to hit Control and Z to fix my mistake. A lot of times people like to drag from the top. Again, I just ruined the picture. Don't do that. Control Z, and it brings it back to normal. When you resize an image, click one of these little boxes in the corner. That makes sure your image never looks crazy. It does what it's called preserving aspect ratio. For however tall it is to however wide it is, should be the same ratio all the time. You can also spin your image a little bit by clicking the little spinny button up top and rotating it around. So maybe I'll put it down here like that. Okay. Now, on one slide, make a bulleted list of words in the text box. I got to animate these so they come in at one at a time when I present the PowerPoint. Here's how I do that. What you'll do is I'm going to just add one more thing to my bulleted list. Mountain biking and what else? I like to rock climb. Here's what I'll do. Anything I don't animate, which I'm going to show you how to do in a minute, anything I don't animate is going to show up automatically. One way you can preview the slide of your PowerPoint is if you go down here to the bottom, there's this teeny little icon that looks like a little I don't know, projector screen or something like that. Click it and it shows me what my PowerPoint's going to look like on that slide. So if I click it, it takes a second to load up. So when I go to this slide, let's say I'll go back to the last one and then to the next one. These things are all going to pop up right away. So I can close this window to get away from that. I want to make them pop up one at a time because I want to control my audience's thinking. Anything you put on the screen, your audience is going to pay attention to and they'll stop listening to you. So you can control their minds by animating. Here's what this means. I'm going to leave the word hobbies alone because when this slide comes up, I want it to just go boom, hobbies. And I want the audience to see that word, then I want them to listen to me. And then I'm going to select the first thing that I want to come in the animation. I'm going to select it by clicking and dragging over it. I'm going to go up to the Animations tab. I'm going to pick one of these animations. I'm going to hit like Fade In. There we go. Then I'm going to select the next thing that I want to come up and then hit Fly In. And then I'm going to select the next thing that I want to come up and maybe I'll do Fade In again. Now, if you're like, okay, but how do I know what I did? Click this button that says Reorder. Let's see. So you don't have that option in PowerPoint. So I think in PowerPoint you just have to know what things you selected. And then what you can do is when you present, it's going to load up here in a second. Hopefully, yep, now when it comes up it says hobbies, there's nothing there. There's just the picture because I didn't animate this. Now when I click, the first thing comes up. So I can talk to my audience. I can tell them all about kiteboarding. When I'm done talking about kiteboarding, then I'll click the mouse again and it'll come up with mountain biking and I can click again. Then I can click the mouse again and it'll talk about rock climbing. The one issue with this though is that when it came up in the first time, there's this picture of the bike. So people are going to be like, oh, they're just focused on mountain biking the whole time. Well, here's what I could do. I can click this. I can click anything on a PowerPoint and give it an animation. I'll make it fly in. So now what I can do is when I present, now the mountain bike is going to be hidden until hobbies, kiteboarding, mountain biking, rock climbing. One more click brings in my picture. So to get this thing done, you're going to then take that finished PowerPoint, click the share button, and just like you do with a Word document, click Get a Link, click Edit, Create Link, Control C to copy, and then go back to Canvas and turn it in. All right, there you go.